Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today is another fall decorating video, but I'm doing something a little bit different that I've never done before, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. So this morning I was looking back and watching all of my fall decorating videos from past years, and I realized I created so many cozy fall festive spaces that I was really proud of, that I really loved, that I kind of forgot about and didn't do this year. So I thought it might be fun to put together a bonus video of all of my favorite fall decorating videos in one place. That way you can get so much inspiration from just one video. I decorate pretty much every area of my home as well as my front porch. And like I said, these are not videos from this year, so they're not like the videos you watched the past couple weeks. It's all fresh to the mind. When I was watching them, I didn't even remember any of it, and I was like, gosh, that turned out so good. Why did I forget to do that this year? So this video will be perfect to put on while you're cleaning, decorating, or just getting cozy at home. I really hope that you guys enjoy and that this video inspires you, and let's just get into it. Okay, so like I said, we are gonna start with tidying up the room and then also taking down any existing decor. That way I have a completely fresh slate for the decorating. And I wanted to say welcome back to another video. If you're new, my name is Lauren. I'm a mom to 2 little boys. I do videos about decorating and thrifting and organizing and cleaning. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It should be a really good one. Okay, so here I wanted to show you guys this lamp I put in my room when I film. It's like a super cool toned light. That way it kind of offsets the yellowness when I'm filming in here. It's so weird because the lighting in this room is totally normal. It's like all the other rooms in my house, but for some reason on camera it is so yellow. So it's always so frustrating filming in here. But anyways, I just started decorating. I will say I kind of breeze over this portion and I do speed it up a little bit because I didn't end up liking it. So you guys are gonna see me kind of halfway decorate the bedroom, and then I pop in and I'm like, you know what? I didn't like any of this, and then I redo it. But I figured I would just keep it in anyways because some of you might prefer this first version of the decorating, and then you can kind of see, sometimes we have to switch it up. But yeah, I didn't like any of this, so we'll get into the real part in a second. Okay, so it's been a couple days since I filmed, and I didn't like how the room was turning out. I do think it was really pretty, but it wasn't me. It was getting a little too dark and moody, which it's fall, so I was trying to do a little bit of warmer tones and darkness, but I just didn't love it. I didn't love anything that was going on in this room. So I took a couple days break. I shopped my own house for some different fall decor, and then I also went to HomeGoods and I found a floral arrangement that kind of re-inspired me. I'll show you guys. So like I said, I don't love like dark and moody. I don't know. I was trying to like it for fall, but this just isn't very me. And all of this is new from Michael's, and I'm glad I kept the tags on because I'm just going to go ahead and return this. So I got this from HomeGoods today, and I just love it. I think it's so pretty. I think it's still very fall, but it just feels a little bit more me. So this kind of re-inspired me to come back in here and finish out this video. And we're also going to be decorating like downstairs a little bit as well in today's video, but to finish out this room. So forget everything you just watched. We are going to start over. So we've actually been using the bedsure quilt the last few days because I was washing the comforter. So I'm gonna go get the comforter and put it on top of the quilt. Okay, I have a question. So the last time I made the bed, you saw that I did it like this. I'm not very good at making the bed, I'll admit. Do you prefer to do it like this and then put pillows in front, or recently I saw someone do it like this and then put their pillows in front. So I'm gonna try both and just see what looks better. Now, if you're wondering where these throw pillows are from, they are all from HomeGoods. I still had the tag on them in this video because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep them. I bought them with the original things I bought where I was going for more of a moodier style, but I actually think they ended up tying in really well to the new florals I got because they also have that green color in them, so I actually really like how they look in the space. Okay, so this floral setting is a little bit shorter, so I do want to add some height. So I think instead of putting it on here, I'm going to stack it on some books, because since we have these up here, I feel like it needs to connect a little more. There needs to be a little bit more height with the florals. I noticed a couple of these guys fell off, so I need to see where I can stab them in. Okay, so one of my favorite things to use in the fall and Christmas time are these rechargeable, or not rechargeable, battery operated flameless candles. They're just from Amazon. And I found these at HomeGoods. I will admit, I did buy a couple more things from HomeGoods. So I bought these two candle holders. Oh, am I not on camera? There. And they are so, so pretty. This one is actually genuine marble. And it looks like a bunch of pumpkins stacked on top of each other. I just thought that was so nice. So I want to find a way to use these as well. So I have these florals from last year. I got them, I believe they're from Hobby Lobby last year. Okay, it's I can't get them out of the vase. But as you can see, they're a light purple and orange. And I think they tie in really well with that other floral arrangement. So I think this would be nice to put on that side to kind of balance it out a little bit. I don't want them to match, but I do want them to feel like they're in the same room. Okay, I'm very, very proud of the other nightstand. Now looking at this nightstand, I don't love it as much. This is one of those examples I give sometimes where I feel like if you put the decor items on a tray, on a basket, on a book, it kind of makes it look more intentional. And because there's nothing underneath these items, I do feel like it looks a little bit random. I'll play around with it a little bit though. I also think the colors are very muted. So not 100% happy with this nightstand, but good enough for now. Okay, so this blanket is actually from Bedshare as well. This is my favorite, but I normally have it downstairs on the couch. I just wanted to see what it would look like up here. So I ended up putting this blanket on the bed here, but you'll see in a little bit I end up switching it out for a different blanket because I really like this chunky knit one down on my couch. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning up the dresser. It had accumulated a ton of stuff from decorating. So I'm kind of separating it by things that I need to return and then things I need to put back in storage and trash and all of that and cleaning it up a little bit. Now I will say I was really proud of this find. I originally bought this cutting board from HomeGoods for the kitchen. My intention was to kind of stand it up against the backsplash area and have it be a pumpkin. It wouldn't stand up though because it has a wavy bottom, and I didn't love how it looked in the kitchen. So I decided to bring it up here and use it as a tray, and I actually really like how it turned out. So I'm kind of proud of that little arrangement. Okay, so this is what the entryway looks like currently, and I think it looks really good. However, I'm wanting to decorate it for fall. This is what I put out for the spring area. Not a ton going on, I just have a lamp, and then this is where we put our keys. This is something that I thrifted from a thrift store. And then these are from Michael's. Of course, I still have the tags on them. I am so bad about taking the tags off of anything. Like, I have items that I will put out every single year and they still have tags on them. I don't know why I do that. I think because when I originally put stuff out, I'm always scared to take the tag off because I'm like, what if I don't like it or whatever, and then I forget about it. So it's kind of convenient because now I can see where I got them. Okay, so these are from Michael's, and I love these. I had them out for spring and summer. I just think they're so pretty, and they look really good in this little like ginger jar that I got from Home Goods a while back. So liked how that looked, but it's time to decorate it for fall. So I'm gonna decorate this area, and I also have 2 rugs that I found at Home Goods. I wasn't sure which one I would like best, so I did get both of them and figured I can just return whatever one I don't use. But I have this little jute rug that's by the front door, so what I'm hoping to do is move this out and then put one of these down for fall as well. Now, if you guys are comfortable, I would love for you to leave a comment down below and let me know where you're from, or, you know, like where you live, what state you live in, or what country. Because with YouTube analytics, I always am so curious. With YouTube, they pretty much just tell you countries. And Instagram, now I might not be searching correctly, but with Instagram, I think they only tell you if it's major cities like New York and Los Angeles and things like that. So I'm curious, let me know where you live. It's so funny because I have lived in so many places. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but I have moved, I think it's 22 times in my life, and I've lived in, I think, 10 or 11 different states. I went to a ton of different elementary schools. I went to 2 different middle schools. I went to 2 different high schools. I have lived all over the place. Okay, so as you can see, I don't do a ton for fall decor on the entry table because this is really where we put everything. My kids put their water bottles here when they walk in the house. My purse ends up here a lot of the time. Our keys go here, so I didn't want it to be too cluttered. Also, I just didn't really know how to decorate it. I will say I like decorating it more for Halloween. If I can find a clip, I'll put it right here. But last year I did this really cool like spider web garland thing up the staircase, which I definitely intend on doing another version of that this year. So if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. It's totally free. It just notifies you when I post another video. So I would love for you guys to do that, and I will have Halloween videos coming soon. I don't get too crazy, I just do like little cutesy decor, but yeah, I really like those. Okay, this area, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I shouldn't use this. I wanted to have like a different color so everything wasn't orange, and I just really like blue and white. But I might bring out that big jug vase. rugs I have, I'm either going to use, I'm thinking one of these here and then one in front of the kitchen sink. So I have this one. I think this one might look better in front of the kitchen sink because we have white tile in the kitchen and I think it'll stand out a little more. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my first fall decorating video of the season. I feel like it's almost September. It's been a little bit cooler out. I'm finally ready to start decorating for fall. So today we're going to start out in the living room. And I am going to start with just tidying up a little bit because I felt like the living room was a little bit messy and I want to make sure I start with a completely blank slate. Also, if you notice something different, I dyed my hair. I dyed it brown. I was kind of over the blonde. I'm showing you my outfit here because this sweater, I get a lot of questions on when I wear it, and it is from Walmart. It's just from Walmart last year. And the pants are from Amazon, so both were super cheap. But like I was saying, I was kind of over the blonde. I've had it for like 7 years. I think my goal would actually be to go back to that deep dark red that I had for a lot of years. Like when I got married, I had it for several years. And then after I had kids, I went blonde and I was just kind of, I don't know, I felt washed out recently and like just blah. So when I went to my hairstylist, I asked if she could just make me darker, like a warm brown, and I feel like she did such a good job. I'm really liking it. Let me know what you guys think. And as I said, I'm cleaning up the living room. I'm just starting out with tidying everything up. If you're not here for the cleaning and you just want to see the decorating, that is a-okay. I will have timestamps below so you can skip ahead. But I follow Amy here on YouTube. Her YouTube is Simply Our Home. She does so much decorating content and I have learned a ton from her. And she always recommends taking down all of your decorations, all of them, and restarting when you're wanting to decorate. Because what I used to do is I would just, you know, keep a vase in the same spot and switch out the florals, or if I was decorating shelves, I would just kind of switch things out one by one. But it really does help, once I started taking her advice, to take it all down, clean everything up, and then you have a completely blank slate. Your creative juices start flowing, and I feel like it's a lot easier to decorate and put things in new spots and get new ideas. So that's what I'm doing. So as you can see, this shelf area is already decorated. This is just my year-round decor that I have. A lot of it is thrifted. I actually got this bookshelf, so it's originally from Target, but I got it off of Facebook Marketplace for a really great deal like a year or so ago. I know I had it in one of my videos, but like I said, I'm gonna take it all down, clean it off, and see what we can come up with for fall. Okay, so this is what the living room is looking like, all cleaned, all the decor is taken down. It's kind of at its base layer. And I will say, I'm someone that loves to decorate with like a coastal vibe. I love a lot of blues, but something that I really love is this rug that I got. It has a lot of pinks and reds in it, and it's not my typical style at all. I'm not sure where I was going when I bought it when we moved into this house, but I feel like it works out perfectly because I was afraid it would clash with all the coastal vibes and the blues that I have typically year round, but it actually works really well. And then in the fall, it is its time to shine. Okay, so now it is the best part. It's time for the decorating, and I have to say this area of my living room is definitely my favorite. And my favorite item is this basket. I love it. I got it thrifting a couple years ago and it was only $25. Oh, I just love it. It's such a beautiful decor piece, and you can put like your drink on it or whatever. It works really well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to be putting this glass vase that I thrifted and then adding these purple tulips. I found these on Amazon. They are so realistic looking. They have different levels, like stages of the tulips opening, so it looks really real. But some years when I decorate, I get too orange happy. Like the whole room is like orange on orange on orange, and it looks like I put a sepia filter over my whole living room. So this year I wanted to make sure that I added some more colors as well, like purples and pinks, and I just wanted it to feel a little bit more colorful. I feel like I'm not as neutral as I used to be, so I love this color and I feel like it looks really good with this orange pillowcase. Also, let me know, I did a haul and I was talking about how this is a burnt orange pillowcase, and someone commented and they were like, I love you, but that pillowcase is not burnt orange. And I was like, what color is it then? So let me know if you think this is burnt orange, because then I googled burnt orange and that was the color that it looks like to me. So I was very confused. But anyways, this is from IKEA, the pillowcase, and then this pumpkin is just from HomeGoods last year. Now, anytime I'm filming, I'm always listening to an audiobook. I love thrillers. So currently I was listening to Greg Olson's The Sound of Rain. I love his thrillers. I've read like 4 of them now and I love them. However, I didn't really like that one. If you guys have any thriller recommendations, as always, please put them down below. So now it's time to decorate this shelf. This is one of my favorite areas to decorate, but one of the areas that I'm the least good at. Shelf decorating is a lot harder than you think. When I first got this shelf, I had so many inspiration pictures, and then when I tried to execute it, I was like, oh, this is a little hard. But I feel like I've kind of gotten the hang of it. I always try to have a few staple pieces that stay up there year round that just kind of go with the everyday decor of my home. One of them being this lighthouse picture. Me and my husband actually bought this when we went thrifting one day and we both picked it out. So I really love it. I think it was only like $5. And then you'll notice here in a second, I had this tall vase of florals, but I ended up just switching it back to the olive tree one. That's the one I have up year round, and I feel like it fits with that photo really well. And then I'm going in and just adding some fall elements. Now with shelf styling, something that makes it difficult but helps a lot is if you figure out how to balance the shelves. So you'll notice that I have those tall florals on the left side on the top shelf. So then the tall florals on the bottom shelf underneath that are on the right. So I'm always kind of trying to balance it. So then down here, I'm going to have 3 items that are clumped together, and those are gonna go on the left because I feel like that side's heavier. It's just a lot of trial and error, and honestly, I'm just kind of repeating things I learned from other YouTubers. Kristen McGowan is one that I watch, and she did a shelf styling one recently, and it taught me a lot. But it's just trial and error. I played around with that shelf for like an hour off camera before I got it how I liked it. Now you guys will have to let me know what you think about these florals. I had a ton of different options and I wasn't sure what I loved the most. So last year up here I did this really pretty ceramic vase, and then I added this greenery in here. This year I wanted to do something a little bit different. I really like these hydrangeas that have kind of an orangish greenish hue. I think I'm going to stick with these. I also tried those purple ones. They were pretty but not as much fall. I'm leaning towards this though, but let me know what you guys think. And here I was just trying to show you guys, look, they're two different colors. Not everything's orange. Now I'm putting this little orange candle up here from Target just as decoration. This candle is decoration only. She's not allowed to be lit because every time I light her, she gets a little crazy and the flame gets like 5 inches tall. So decoration only candle. Okay, so now we are moving on to the coffee table. And you know what? I said that shelf styling was the hardest part for me, but I'm gonna take it back because this coffee table always gives me a hard time. But something I always start with is a tray. I always recommend, if you're putting decor pieces, multiple decor pieces on a coffee table, on a counter, anything like that, to start with a tray. And it's because if you think about it, say you have a vase, a candle, and a pumpkin, and it's all decor pieces, it can kind of come off as clutter. However, if you put them all on a tray, it always seems a lot more intentional and like one decor piece as opposed to multiple. So I always start out with a tray, and you can find really cheap ones at Hobby Lobby, at Walmart, even Goodwill. I have a bunch of different trays from Goodwill. Now, like I said, this area always gives me a hard time, and usually I would cut this, but I thought I would show you guys just how much changing things around goes into some of my videos. I played with the decor on this tray forever, but I was just moving it around. I couldn't figure out how I liked it. I think it's because the tray is very busy, and then with these florals, they feel kind of busy as well. So I ended up settling on putting a book underneath, and I feel like that kind of simplified it a little bit. So I'm very happy with the end result. But if you are someone where you're trying to decorate and you feel like, I cannot get the hang of this, this does not look good, no matter what I do, it doesn't look right, do not feel bad at all, because I guarantee you we all go through that, and usually you just don't see it. But let me tell you, all of my videos have hours and hours, sometimes days and days of footage just cut out because it doesn't look good. Now you'll notice I'm switching out pillow covers. That is because I love pillow covers. They're so much cheaper than buying throw pillows at like Target or whatever. Do not get sucked into that unless you want to. But I recommend just buying pillow covers. There's so many on Amazon. Recently I learned if I type in vintage looking pillow covers on Amazon, there's a lot of really nice ones, and they're like $10. And then they're a lot easier to store, and they're a lot cheaper. So I love me some pillow covers. Now I'm moving on to the couch. I didn't want this to look too cluttered because this is the couch that we sit on all day, every day, so it has to be realistic. It can't have like 5 million pillows. So all I did is add a couple of those pillows that I switched the pillow covers out on, and then I added this beautiful chunky knit blanket. It's from the brand Bedsure. Oh, it is so soft and perfect for fall. Now I really love both of these pillows, especially this one that I actually did get from Target. I know I just told you not to buy pillows from Target, but this one sucked me in. However, once I put these on the couch, I was like, wait a second, everything is the same exact color. They all match. So I went and found a throw that I had in my fall basket that I'm gonna say it's not the most comfortable one. I wouldn't lay on the couch with it, but it's really nice for decor. So I put this under those pillows, and I feel like it looked perfect, and it made them pop a little bit. Now you might be wondering what I'm doing right here. This is my spot of the couch. That little area on that small couch is where I sit constantly. It's where I eat like 90% of my meals. So I wanted to make sure that with those florals, I could still eat there because that's my spot. I like to put my little drink on the table, and then I always put my food on the arm part, and it worked. It was perfect. So I thought it would be really fun to make some sort of fall recipe in every one of my fall decorating videos. So for this one, I wanted to make a fall pumpkin spice latte. So this latte has pumpkin puree, pumpkin spice, maple syrup, and it is perfect if you are looking for a really, really gross tasting latte. that looks good on camera. Yeah, it's not my best work. I figured what the heck, I'll just keep it in the video. And you know what? I really like the sweet and creamy creamer from like International Delight. And when I added some of that, it helped. I think there wasn't enough sweetness for me. All that was in here is pumpkin puree and then pumpkin spice and then milk, maple syrup, and coffee. It just was not that great. But enjoy. Okay, I do want to start over here in my little coffee bar area nook. This is my favorite place to decorate because I hung these hooks up here last year. I hung it around Christmas time. I'll insert a clip of what I did last Christmas. I thought it was so cute. And this is generally how I have the coffee bar area at most times because there's a lot of cords and stuff going on back here. And it's not too cute looking, and that syrup is up there to hold up this tray. So I put this round large cutting board here just to kind of disguise all the cords and everything. And then I like to decorate in front of it. Okay, so starting with the mugs I'm gonna hang up here. I was on the hunt for some pumpkin mugs to hang up there, but I didn't find any I loved. So I shared these in my thrifting video. I found these at a thrift store. They're handmade mugs. So we're not gonna be drinking out of them, but I thought they were perfect to hang up there. I just really like the color and the shape. So those are gonna be the first order of business. This is something else I thrifted that I just painted with paint and baking soda. Now I was gonna put these in here, but I actually think that's a little too much of the same color going on. So I'm gonna put these purple ones in instead. I love having a lamp right here next to the stovetop because I have this under the microwave lighting, but it's not that bright, and I do like extra light when I'm cooking. So I recently got this lamp off of Amazon. It's the kind where you can just touch. I love it though because you can recharge it, and it's great like days like today where there's a hurricane coming through. If you lose power, this doesn't need to be plugged into a power source, so it's perfect. So I think I want to put this somewhere over here so that it can help when I'm cooking. I thrifted this cookbook, by the way. $1 at Goodwill. Okay, I've said this before on my channel, but because I don't have a backsplash, I love putting some kind of cutting board or something just to add a little bit more interest up here. So this is from Home Goods, and I actually think this would be perfect right here. The problem I was having before is that it doesn't have a flat bottom, but I think if I lean the florals up against it, it should stay. Yeah, and then the gold ties into the gold of Okay, do we like these, or should I do maroon flowers again? Ooh, I kind of like it. Yeah, I really like that. I think I'm gonna move on. Okay, so Amazon, Home Goods, Michael's, I don't remember, it's been a couple years. Don't remember what that either, maybe Hobby Lobby, and then Goodwill and Goodwill. Okay, so in years past, I used to decorate here as well and make like an additional little decor styling area. However, I don't have tons of countertop space when I do that, because then I'm kind of only working with like this little area and then our island, which we don't have a huge island, and it can just kind of feel cluttered. I do want to switch this out. I need to go to Home Goods and get one that's just like a tan color so it blends in a little bit better, but I actually think I might just leave this area empty so that I have more counter space. Now I did get this rug though. This was at Marshall's for $16.99. I thought it was so pretty, and I had a blue rug down here before, but it was getting kind of dingy and dirty, so I thought it was time for a new one. Perfect. Okay, so for florals over here, I found both of these at home. This was $2.99 and this was $5.99. And I'm thinking I want to like intertwine them in some way and put them in here. If you're trying to make an arrangement like this, do not get discouraged. Sometimes I have to move everything around a million times before it looks good at all and just fluffing out. And then I have this pumpkin that I think was originally from Michael's, and I just had my son paint it for me a couple of years ago. I think I'm gonna put that here. This is my new fruit bowl I got from Home Goods. I needed a new one. My old one had fallen and broken, or I don't know what was wrong with it. But this was $16.99 from Home Goods. It is huge and I love it. It's not too high. I feel like it's perfect. Like, it's not too high of a bowl. I like that it's wider. And I thought it was perfect though for the fall time, but it can be used year round. So I'm gonna put that in the middle of the island. Okay, and we just ordered groceries. There's like no food in our house right now. So there will be apples and stuff in here in a little bit. Ooh, I found an apple. Ta-da. Oh, and can you tell I have two little boys, because where did all these leaves go? They were here yesterday. Okay, so this is a little portion of the living room. If you guys are interested and you haven't seen the living room decorating video, I'll link that down below and I'll put like a card on the screen. But I'm gonna go ahead and add some Halloween touches. Now, a lot of people in my fall decorating videos said that the tulips were not fall flowers, and I know, I just love the shade of purple. I think they're so pretty, but I am gonna switch them out. Okay, options. These are from Target like 3 or 4 years ago, and these are from at home last year. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit. Ooh, I actually love that. That is always so much prettier than I think it's gonna be. Okay, option 1, or I already think this one's gonna be the winner. This color just, I don't know, I think it's so pretty. And I'm also gonna put some bats up there. I think it'll tie in really well. Funny that I always choose to decorate for bats. That's like my go-to Halloween decoration, when bats and rabies is one of my biggest fears. Like, I think about bats way more than the average person. Okay, what do we think? Option 2. Oh, I don't know, because when I come back here and I look behind the camera, I actually think option 1 looked better on camera. They're just very tall. Let's hang the bats up and then we can reassess. This is how I have everything organized, so, let's try to figure this out. Now, every year I have to remind myself, so, when they're closer to you, they are bigger. So bigger to smaller, I think is what it's supposed to be. Even though technically I always feel like it looks nicer when it's smaller and it gets bigger. I guess that could be like coming at you this way. I don't know, we'll play around with it. I'm thinking too much about it. Thinking too much about bats once again. Love it. Oh, I don't know what it is about these bats. And I hate bats. But they just like, they complete the look, they really do. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this. way. Ooh. Wait, I don't know how this is gonna look, but I just want to try it. So I have these little bows from last year. I feel like just to add a little more interest and color. I kind of like it. I think it adds just a little pop of color. I love it. I always say every year that I don't really decorate for Halloween, and I don't do anything too spooky, but it is one of my favorite things. I just think it's one of the most fun holidays to decorate for, other than Christmas, because fall is like nice, but it's not fun, and because I have 2 little boys, they love when I do stuff like Hello, good morning. It is a beautiful day out. It's like 70 degrees, and basically it's my husband's day off from work, but he had to come in for a meeting, so I figured I would just tag along because there's a ton of thrift stores around where he works, but they're a little bit far for me to come to, so I never come this way. And so I figured I would just drop him off at work, and then I would go thrifting and take you guys with me and see what they have, and then at the end I would do a haul and also show you how I styled everything. So I feel like it should be a really good video. Hopefully there's good stuff at the thrift stores. However, if you're seeing this video, that means there was, because the amount of thrifting videos I film and I don't post, because I don't like to post them if there's not a good haul and then like styling at the end. I feel like there's no point to be like, oh, nothing here. So if you're seeing this, it was a good one. But fingers crossed, it's a great day. It feels like fall. I feel like it's a good thrifting day. Anyways, let's go thrifting. Okay, so far this thrifting video is proving to be a little bit difficult because the first place I went was just a house and not even a thrift store. And the second place, the only way to get there, like I looked at the maps, is to get across these train tracks. And I have been stopped at this train track area. I'm kind of far back because I want to have room to turn around if I need to, because I'm debating it. Because the actual train hasn't moved in forever. And I've been sitting here for like 8 minutes and everyone behind me keeps leaving. So I'm like, darn it. Okay. Okay guys, I did it. I made it to the other side of the train tracks. I had to go all the way down and around. And look, that train is still there. This is how close this thrift store is to the train tracks. I was literally on the other side. And this is what the thrift store looks like. So, a little nervous, but we'll see what's in there. Okay, so typically when I film these, I like to talk to the camera while I'm out shopping. However, my phone audio has been so bad recently, so I thought I would do a voiceover. So this shop ended up being really cute. I actually realized I've been here before. I don't know why I didn't remember it. They had a lot of really cute things. I loved this basket. This would be perfect if you had a dog to put like dog toys in the living room. And then they had a ton of different copper items. This store was a little too pricey for me though. That's kind of the issue sometimes with going to an actual thrift store over like a Goodwill or a Salvation Army, is the prices are upped a little bit. Now I wanted to show this item because I have this at home. I got it from a Goodwill a while back for a couple dollars and I didn't love the color, so I ended up painting it with like $1 acrylic paint and some baking soda, and now it looks like this in my kitchen. So this is your sign when you're out thrifting. Make sure you're looking at the shape of items as opposed to the color, because you can easily change the color of anything with just a little paint. Okay, just came out of the thrift store. The train is gone, hallelujah, and it was a success. Woo! Can't wait to show you guys, yay! Okay, so we are in the next store. I really like this. I'm not exactly sure what it's meant for. This is something that I could see in like Kaylin Cash's house on her open shelving in her kitchen. I thought it was pretty, but I have nowhere to put it. Now this is another example of something I found that I loved the shape of, but not necessarily the color. But I did decide to pick it up, and I'll show you guys what I end up doing with it. And this floor mat I thought was so funny. I didn't end up picking it up. I didn't even look at the price, but I just thought it was really funny. Now this is something I always recommend looking at when you're out thrifting, is lamps. They always have lamps, especially in the style I see a lot, and this one was huge. It was $3, it works. I feel like you could paint this like a really nice matte black and throw on a lampshade, and it would really look like it was from Studio McGee or one of those really big brands right now. These baskets are the kind that I use for my countertops or for my coffee tables. I love going to thrift stores for them. They're great for if you just want a little round basket on your coffee table to put maybe a book on and a vase and a candle, and it kind of makes it look a little more intentional if it's on a basket as well. So highly recommend checking out thrift stores for those. Okay, so now moving on to the next store. I was instantly drawn to this glass piece. I have been on the hunt for something like this. I thought this would be so pretty for the fall with a candle burning in it, and it was only like $1, so I decided to grab that. Now this part was really funny, so I wanted to include it. This is after my husband met back up with me, and he was looking through pictures and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" And he thought that this was a painting of Donald Trump. So I thought that was really funny. I wanted to include it. And now I'm just looking at a bunch of other things. I liked this bowl. I thought this would be great for fall. I don't know what was going on with the camera work there. I liked it. I didn't want to spend $4.50 on it, especially because I didn't really know exactly what I would use it for. Now these swans, I believe these are swans. I loved these. I have been on the hunt for some sort of thing like this for my bookshelf for a while. I think they're so pretty. They were $10 each, and then these larger ones were $20 each. I just couldn't do it. It was just a little too much money, more than I was wanting to spend. Okay, so it is time for the haul. I actually found a ton of stuff. So I'm gonna do a haul and then I'll show you guys how I styled everything. Okay, so the first things I got were what I was most excited about. I have a little coffee bar area, and it has my Keurig and my little pods. And last year around Christmas time, underneath the cabinets, I hung up 3 hooks because I thought that would be perfect for like my Santa mugs to hang them. I'll see if I can put like a little clip here of what I did last year, but I've never decorated that area for fall before. So this year I had a vision. I really wanted to go out and get like 3 orange pumpkin mugs and hang them up there, and I could not find orange pumpkin mugs anywhere except for like the really expensive places like Anthropologie, but usually I always see them at Home Goods or just everywhere, and I couldn't find any this year. So at one of the first thrift stores I went to, I found a 4-piece set of these little mugs, and I think they're perfect. They're not pumpkins, but the color was perfect, and I was like, you know what, that'll work. So they look like this. And they are handmade. You can actually see someone like carve their name into the bottom. So we're not gonna use them to drink out of. I just wanted them strictly for decor. But I think they're perfect. They're like the exact color I was looking for. So I'm gonna hang all 3 of them up like this. I think it'll be perfect. They were a little pricey for thrifting. It was 4 for $9, but I was happy with it because I had been on the hunt for some mugs. Okay, so the next one I've actually been on the hunt for. I have wanted to find something in this exact shape for a while. I'll put some inspiration pictures here, but it is this beautiful, is this considered a hurricane glass? I'm not sure what it is, but it's some sort of glass. I love this shape. It was only $1, or it might have been $1.50 now that I think about it, but I have a lot of inspiration pictures on my Pinterest that have some sort of vase like this, and they either put flowers in it or a candle, and either way it is so pretty. And I've seen these before like at home or Home Goods, but they'll be like $19.99, and I knew I could find it thrifting. So I held out and I found it, and I just think it is so pretty. So I'm thinking like this, like a nice little candle on the coffee table or a bookshelf, or it also would look really pretty with some florals in it, like this. Either way, I just really like the shape of this, so I was really excited about this find. Okay, so the next thing I got, you're gonna have to see the vision here. I always talk about I love coastal things. I usually decorate in more of a coastal style, and year round my little bookshelf, living room bookshelf, has a lot of coastal elements to it. And so I saw this and I really liked it because it is in the shape of a seashell, and I thought it was really pretty. It was only $1. Now I don't love the color, and this is where I say hear me out. I think I'm gonna try and get that spray paint that's like an off-white cream color, and it kind of has that like speckled texture to it, and spray paint this, and I think that would be so pretty on a bookshelf, on like a stack of books. Okay, so I went to Walmart to see how much that spray paint was, and it was like $15. Too much money. So I looked through my little paint collection that I have. I have like this random paint sample from back when we moved into this house. I was painting little samples on the wall to see what we wanted to paint this, you know, the whole house. So this is Egret White. I didn't end up using this to paint the house, but I did keep it because it's just like a white paint. And then I also have this. It's just like a little dollar acrylic paint from Walmart that I've had for a couple years. This is in the color Almondine. So this is a little darker than I was hoping for, and this is a little lighter. So I think I'm just gonna combine them. And then to get that rough texture that I wanted, all you do is add a little bit of baking soda. So I'm just gonna go ahead and paint it myself. Now, I always say if you're gonna go thrifting, you should watch some thrifting / styling videos before you go thrifting, because I swear if I go out thrifting and I don't have like thrifting mindset, I will walk past so many good items because I just won't be thinking about things correctly. So there's one girl I really like that I follow. Her name is like Ken's Marie Home, and she posts a lot of thrifting versus styled like short form videos, and so I always watch her before I go thrifting to get a lot of ideas. Like I don't think I would have seen this how I saw it if I didn't watch her videos before, because sometimes you'll go out and you'll be like, That wouldn't look good in my home. That doesn't match the color. But I watched her videos before and she spray paints a lot of things. So in my mind, I'm like, look at the shape, don't look at the color. So another thing is I had seen on one of her recent videos that she had just bought a really pretty fall plate, just one plate. And she put a candle on it and lit it in her kitchen and it just looked so beautiful. And I had already gone to a few thrift stores before I saw that video and I had passed by so many beautiful fall plates. So I was like, darn it, I should. That's why I always need to watch thrifting videos before I go out thrifting. So I saw that, and then the next thrift store that I went into had this plate for $1, and I just thought it was so pretty. And like I said, if I hadn't seen that video before, I probably would have passed it by because what am I gonna do with this one plate? But I thought that this would be really pretty in my kitchen. Very simple, but it has like fall colors. It feels very like homey, traditional to me, and I thought just a simple white candle burning in the center of it would be really nice. Okay, so the next one is like another hear me out, I have an idea one, but it felt very fall, which is why I got it. So I'm not sure if this was originally from an antique mall or what. The tag looks like it was at some sort of bigger thrift store originally because it says bowl made in Portugal, $12 olive, but then on the bottom it was only $1.99 at my Goodwill. So it looks like this. It's like two brown leaves almost that are like wrapped together. I just thought it would be really pretty for fall. However, now when I thrift, I always make myself at least have some sort of idea with most items where I'm gonna put them or what I could use them for. That way I'm not just buying things to buy things. So I was like, no, what could you actually use this for? So I stood there and stared at it in the Goodwill for a while. And then I think it's just kind of like a weird shape and I didn't really want to use it to like eat out of. However, my idea was this would be really nice in like a guest bathroom for fall, and to have like, we have these white rolled up hand towels and to lay them in here in the bathroom for fall. I don't know, that's just my idea right now. I will play around a little bit and you guys will see how I use it in the styling portion, but I did end up getting it and it was $2. Okay, so the next one is a basket, and this was $1. I don't know, I really liked it. I like that it's actually more of a plastic, so I am gonna be able to like fully wash this in the sink. And I thought this would be perfect for just hiding things on the counter. So what I like about these ones that have like the little holes is you can actually use these as little charging stations. So if you have a bunch of cords or whatever that clutter up your nightstand or your countertops, I mean, this could be used for any kind of junk on a countertop, but it's great if you have all of your cords plugged in, and then you can actually weave the cord through here. And then anything that you're currently charging, you can actually put in there, which I think is really nice. So if you have extra devices or anything that needs to be charged, headphones, we always have tons of stuff on the kitchen counters that are just charging. And you can have all of the cords in here and kind of hidden and out of sight, and it would look really pretty. So the next one is actually another mug, and this mug I actually got to drink out of. Typically if I'm thrifting, I don't love to get mugs with the intention of drinking out of if I don't know like when it was made or I don't know, lead, whatever. But this one is clearly a newer mug. It even has on the bottom that it's like dishwasher safe and microwave safe, but it was 99 cents, and this is like the type of orange pumpkin mug that I was looking for. I don't know where this was originally from. It says Potter's Studio, but if I had found 3 of these, I definitely would have hung these up instead. Obviously, I ended up going with these. However, I feel like these will look really nice, but I got this one. There was only one of it, and I thought this would just be a really nice mug for fall. I love the shape, and it's really, really big. And it was $1. So one more item, and it is another basket. Now this basket was $2.99, but it was, I believe it was half off. I do believe this was at the half off place, so it was $1.50. And it is just this little basket. I really liked the structure of it. I feel like this would be perfect for like a napkin holder. We don't use napkins though. So once again, I was thinking this would be really nice for hand towels, or I was thinking of styling it in a way in the kitchen where, I don't know if I can show you guys because I don't have a lot of stuff here right now, but you could put like a pumpkin right here and like a taller vase behind it or something, making like a little vignette out of it. So I don't know exactly how I'm gonna use this one. Once again, I'm like, I only buy stuff I know where I'm gonna put it. Okay, that was a lie, but whatever. It was $1.50, so I got that. So you'll see here, I really did not have a plan for this, so I'm just kind of playing around and showing different options. I liked that my little coffee canister could fit in here, and I could make something out of that, or I don't know. I'll play around with it, and maybe I'll use it in my fall decorating video, but you'll see in these clips, I kind of just move things around, and I really just didn't decide on a definitive way that I'm gonna use this, but I'll come up with something. Okay, hello, good morning. It's 1 o'clock, but we're just we had breakfast and then we were kind of just relaxing and hanging out on the couch and everything. But there is a lot of stuff that I want to get done today, and like things that I thought might be interesting to watch, like just around the house and stuff. And then also a little bit later, we're gonna go to Trader Joe's. So I figured I might as well just vlog today and show you guys what I'm doing. So I'm making myself and the kids a smoothie real quick, and then we'll just get into it. This is my trusty old blender. It was like $15. It is gross and it takes forever to work. I have to like blend for a good 10 minutes to get anything blended up, but it was $15. And if it's not fixed, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So it's a little frustrating every time I use it, and I do use it every day, but I'm not willing to buy a new one. Okay, I set you guys up on the tripod because for some reason holding my camera out makes me so out of breath, and then when I try to talk, I'm like, but anyways, I just put my smoothie in the fridge. I'll have it in a little bit. I wasn't in the mood for it yet, but the kids wanted theirs, and I am someone where if the blender is clean, or if the blender is dirty, I'm not making a smoothie. So I just figured it would be easier to make mine when I made theirs, so I hope it holds up well in the fridge. But anyways, I'm gonna decorate the porch for Halloween. I thought that would be a fun activity for today. I've been wanting to do it for a couple weeks and I haven't yet. Now I feel like it's getting closer to Halloween and I'm like, okay, come on. So I have a lot of stuff from last year, and then I also bought some mugs. I bought a couple of hanging things for the pillars from Dollar Tree. They actually had some good stuff. And I also have this huge light up spider web. It is so neat. I've never had light up Halloween decor. Like obviously we do Christmas, but I've never done Halloween. So I think the boys will love that. So we're gonna do that. I'm also going to do just a lot of little stuff like that around the house today. But first let's start with the porch. Okay, can I just say to you guys, there is nothing quite that embarrasses me more than having my camera and tripod set up in front of my house. I'm like fine filming in public. I don't even want to look at the camera right now. I'm fine filming in public, like at Hobby Lobby or any other places. I mean, I've been doing this for 7 years now, so I'm pretty used to it. But in front of my house is different because then it's like your neighbors and people you know are gonna see. It's pretty obvious I have a tripod out here, but whatever. So last year when I did my fall decorating, I actually power washed the whole thing and it was super satisfying and it was crazy the difference. And I'm gonna be honest, it looks the exact same now as it did last year, which my husband was like, yeah, you have to power wash every year. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize it'd be that frequent. I'm not up to power washing this time, so excuse the dirt, but we're gonna work with what we got. I'm gonna sweep it off first. So to show you guys some of the stuff that I got, so I got this rug from, oh geez, now I don't even remember, maybe at home, I don't know. I got it a while ago, like maybe a month ago, so it's actually kind of faded now. They were super bright white, and then I went to At Home and they had this like rug for underneath, and it was on sale for $5 and all the other ones were like 20. I don't like it though. But I was like, you know what, no one would really know if I just turned it over upside down and then I could just hang or put this on top. Doesn't that look so cute? Like I feel like the colors really complement each other. And you can't tell that it's upside down, and it was $5. So I got that. Now these I had from last year and I love them. I do put them over the like underhang area so they don't get wet. I actually still have the tag on them. So they were from Michael's last year and I would have never paid $35 for these. I just know myself, so I'm guessing they were 50% off because I know they do that a lot. And then I got these florals. These are last year as well, and it says they were $16.99. I'm gonna guess they were half off again because I would have never paid that much. But it's nice to have some fake ones, especially because, you know, I don't have to worry about them dying, and they're water resistant and I think UV resistant, so I use those. And then I got some mums. I got another basket to put them in. I got 2 real pumpkins from Walmart, so they were really cheap. And then these guys, I thought these would be perfect to hang on the pillars. They were from the Dollar Tree, so they were $1.25 each. And I think they're so fun and cute. I mean, obviously they're not meant for outside, and I'll bring them in if it rains, but I think they're really cute. Oh, but real quick, I bought this from Walmart. It was already in the basket. It was $17. These are huge. So I thought that was a really good deal. I'm just hoping I can keep them alive. Last year, I don't know what it was with my mums. I could not keep them alive, and I always felt like people were being dramatic when they said that because I was like, just water it. But no, they would not stay alive. This I found last year at Ross for only a couple of dollars. And obviously it's supposed to be like a trick-or-treating basket, or at least that's the area it was in. But it's this hard plastic, so you could definitely get it wet. So what I did is I just placed my mums in here. I will need to de-pot these, I think, into there. At least that's what I did last year. I took soil and then literally put it in there by itself. But I'm not going to do that right now, just because I'm a little pressed on time today. So I'm just going to place them in here for now. I do wish I had something to prop that up onto, like hay, but I don't want to spend any more money, so I think it's fine. You know what? I might have like some kind of little, I have so much random decor from over the years. I might have something to prop that up just a tiny bit. Let me go inside and see. Okay, so here's some things I had laying around the house I'm going to try out. I have this, which was thrifted that I wasn't using. I have this tiny one, which I'm thinking maybe I could put it upside down. I have this one. These were all thrifted. And then I also have this from Marshall's years ago. So I'm just going to try it out. You guys can let me know if any of them look good or if it's good as it is. Okay, that looks silly. It's a little better. Because it kind of looks like, oh, I think that's great. That's going to look like hay. What do you guys think? Oh, I don't know. Huh, it actually looks like maybe too much woven stuff. Which makes me think maybe I need to use this little white one, because I don't think people will be able to see it. And I'll just add a little height, so that's good. And then I got this guy from Dollar Tree for $1.25, and I thought it would be perfect on that huge thing of mums, just to like plop it in there. Okay, this is a weird and very risky angle. I have you set up on my coffee mug on the arm of the couch. But I wanted to sit down and drink my smoothie for a little bit. And like I said, we're gonna go to Trader Joe's in a couple hours with my mom. I never really go to Trader Joe's, maybe once every couple months. Every time I go, I'm so impressed with like the selection of foods, and then the price is always way better than I think it's gonna be, but for some reason I don't go a lot. So I'm gonna look online and search like Trader Joe's snacks or best Trader Joe's finds, or like this says Trader Joe's Fall 2024. And then I don't know, see if I can find some recommendations. That way I go in there with a little bit of a plan. So that's what I'm gonna do while I drink my smoothie. They're supposed to have a Honeycrisp apple scented candle. I've heard really great things about it, and I like it because it's made with natural soy wax blend and then lead-free cotton wick. I don't know why. Candles are one of those things that like get me nervous, so that just makes me feel a little bit better, I guess. I'm not super crunchy, if you will. I think I used to be right after I had my oldest, who's 7. I was like super Frenchy, which just means like scared of, like just really into like all natural things and like toxin free. And it got so bad, and I actually think it was actually postpartum anxiety. So I actually like that I'm not as obsessed about that stuff anymore, because for those that don't know, I do have health anxiety / OCD, like diagnosed, take medication for it. So I can kind of fall off the deep end a little bit with stuff like that. So I try not to like think about that stuff too much because it can kind of consume me. But candles are something that I do try to lean like a little bit more like mindful of what I'm buying. So all that to say, I want to see if they have this candle. I'm a yapper. Oh, that brings me to my next thing. I saw a sweatshirt the other day that said professional yapper, and I was like, I need that sweatshirt. Now, I just remembered I do have some chicken in the fridge that I think is like used by today. Yeah, it says sell by today. I never know if sell by today is the same as use by today, so I always just use it. It's just thin sliced, boneless, skinless chicken breast. So I think what I'm gonna do is just throw it in the crock pot with like barbecue sauce, because I really have been into, what have I been into? Oh, just like barbecue chicken on a tortilla with cheese is really good. Both kids are home, by the way, which I usually try to only film when they're not home, or if my husband's home from work and can watch them. So if you hear them in the background or like loud TV shows or whatever, that's why. What? What do you mean what? My 3-year-old keeps asking me, what are we doing here? What? Yeah, we're gonna go to the store with Mimi later. You want to? No, we're not gonna go to Mimi's house. We're gonna go to the store with Mimi. Is that okay? Okay, so this is our dining room. A lot of you have seen it before. Not much going on. I actually got a comment the other day where someone was like, Lauren, you seriously still haven't hung that painting? Because I got, or not a painting, but I got this a while ago and said I was gonna hang it from Home Goods. And then I wasn't sure if it was too small for the space. I just never ended up hanging it up. I think I'm just gonna finally do it. And then I hung those shelves up last year, and honestly, no matter how I style them, they're not styled right now, they never really look good. And part of me thinks maybe I'm over like the open shelving look. By the way, they're not like screwed down, so it looks like one's over here and one's over here. I could just push it a little. But all that to say, this room is a mess. It's just been collecting stuff with fall decorating, and I have some returns. I'm gonna go put the returns in the car. I also have a standing desk that I'm really excited about. It's not just one of those normal like white standing desks. I'll show you guys. The top is so beautiful, and I have a walking pad already, so I'm really excited about that. So we're gonna go ahead and tidy this up. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, let me see if I can show you guys. Look at the tabletop. It's like a marble finish. Ooh, it's so pretty. And then it has like this warmer, I don't know if that's warm or cool, but this like wood tone. Oh, I love that. Okay, I'm not gonna put that together today. I just wanted to see what it looked like. I think that's a little too much stuff on my to-do list though if I try to put this together, especially with this little 3-year-old following me around everywhere. He's like right off camera in every shot. He's like right next to me. He's my little shadow. Okay, I spent $100. It was $111. I'll show you guys what I got though. I do feel like I got a good enough like amount of stuff to make up for that. So, cheddar cheese, rocket crackers, strawberry cereal bars, some chocolate chip cookies, barbecue chicken pizza. I didn't need any fruits or vegetables really because we had already stocked up on those like with our regular grocery order recently. Mediterranean style salad kit, blueberry waffles. I got a bunch of chomps. I love, 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 love chomps. Okay, I did get 2 candles. I got a vanilla pumpkin one, which smells really good. However, not as good as the apple crisp one, which I also got. And so I got the apple carrot one, and then I also got an avocado ranch salad kit, some frozen mangoes, some chicken cilantro mini wontons, this like white cheddar corn puffs. They're kind of like parrot's booty. I don't know, I wanted to try this protein dark chocolate muffin, apple mango fruit pouches, organic mini cheese crackers. Oh, I did get some bananas. Oh, okay, I got bananas and mandarins. Those were like the only fruit I got. This Honeycrisp apple one is super, super good. Ooh, I already can smell it. Broccoli and kale salad. Some of these like fruit leather strips for my kids. And then I got a bunch of frozen stuff. I always get a bunch of frozen stuff here, which stinks because I don't have a lot of room in my freezer. But I got mandarin orange chicken, barbecue teriyaki chicken, which sounds great. Vegetable stir fry. Honey, excuse me, honey. I got turkey corn dogs, almond milk, sweet potato fries, jasmine rice, and then a little oat creamer, coffee creamer. That's it. I'm gonna put it all away. My chicken is looking a little, my chicken's a little dry because it wasn't quite done when I went to Trader Joe's. So I didn't want to turn it off, so I just turned it on low, but I definitely think I cooked it too long. I mean, it's still edible. I'll still use it, but bummer. Wait, for dinner, barbecue teriyaki chicken, jasmine rice, and Asian style vegetables. This was so easy to cook and turned out so good. I just mixed together the veggies and the chicken and then added the teriyaki sauce. And then the rice is cooling down in here. Yay! That was a super easy, yummy, somewhat healthy dinner.
I like this.
I gotta chew it. Hold on, buddy. Thank you.